Good morning, everybody. I'm here with the amazing psychic Liz Cross. How are you doing today?
I am doing very well. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm all right. So we're going to do a health probe today. This is going to be, I think they're all listener request stuff that I have here from the Discord. So if you want to request a probe in one of these fields in health or even in crypto or anything else you think I might be suited for, you can go to our Discord. You have to be a member first. So you have to sign up to Patreon. So it's Patreon/ remote viewing and beyond. You become a member. It's only a few dollars a month. And you'll have access to our Discord where you can make requests. And I usually handle the health stuff and crypto financial stuff. And sometimes I do some other oddball stuff. But if you'd like to submit something, that's how you do it. And you can be part of our wonderful group also. So let's get into it. The first request is about the Schumann resonance. So for those that don't know, the Earth has a frequency. It's around 10 hertz. It does fluctuate, so it's not static. And it's created when I believe the solar flares or solar radiation hits the ionosphere above us, and then lightning strikes the Earth. I think that's one of the ways that it tunes the Earth to that frequency. And there have been studies done on this frequency on humans and animals. If I remember correctly, this was done in the 50s or 60s. They put somebody in a shielded kind of cage, a Faraday cage, where it blocks out all frequencies. Like if you have any meters inside, you can't get any readings or anything. Like it would block radio signals. And back then there wasn't Wi-Fi or anything like that, but they could measure that it blocked out this Schumann frequency, and it totally messed up these persons' sleep, hormone production, and they just were starting to kind of go crazy a little bit by shielding them from these frequencies. So at least from those studies, we know it does have some effect on us. But we want to know this frequency. So sorry, I'm saying it's 7.83 hertz. So I think it also falls in the range of our brain waves. So a lot of our I think alpha waves, our awake state, also line up with that as well. So I don't know who we're gonna probe here for this one. I mean, we can bring in Mei Wen Ho as usual as our health expert. Maybe we should definitely grab her. I'm sure she's waiting. What does she think about the Schumann resonance and its effect on human beings? Is it like a necessity for us to be exposed to that?
Is it a necessity for us to be exposed to that? Yes, it is. But I feel
And
like it has very minimal effect, she's saying,
okay,
overall.
okay, okay. So today in the modern world, we have all kinds of frequencies that that weren't around 100 years ago that are in our environment now. And so it would seem logically that this frequency would be kind of being drowned out from the earth. Is that a danger for us that this frequency is now being flooded with other frequencies?
This frequency being flooded with other frequencies? Yes, it is.
Okay, and so one way that I would, have been telling people is to reconnect back with nature, and that would be one of the ways you could, if you get away from all of the noise and you go for a hike, let's say, in the hills, in the mountains, where there's not a lot of this stuff you're being bombarded with, that would be probably a good way to reconnect back with this Schumann frequency. So does she think that that's beneficial for everybody to do to kind of get away from the noise and go camping or get into the hills?
You believe that that is a way to get away from the Schumann frequencies? It basically what it does is you don't get away from the Schumann frequency,
No, no, I
but
want to get closer to it. Sorry,
I'll get
reverse, yeah.
closer. Oh, sorry.
Other way
Right.
around, reverse.
I was about to tell you that. I was like, oh my goodness, right? It actually raises the frequency
Right.
within you.
Ah, okay. So the frequency within us, is that in our brain?
The frequency within us, is that in our brain? No, that's the solar plexus.
Oh, okay. So we're also resonating or with the Schumann resonance in our solar plexus.
That's where the root is, yes.
And is that related to like chakras?
Not related to chakras. Yes.
Is it related to the heart as an organ?
Mhm. Is it related to the heart as an organ? I mean, the heart chakra, yes,
But
but
not the
not the
physical
heart
heart.
as an organ.
Okay, interesting. So I'm trying to figure out like is there any physical mechanism for this frequency being emitted other than the chakras?
Is there any mechanism from this for this frequency to be emitted other than the chakras? Well, it comes through nature,
Okay.
right? So it comes through trees.
Uh,
Uh, yeah, it
okay, so
vibrates through.
if you're in nature and you're sitting next to the tree, you're like you're sympathetically vibrating with that frequency between you and the tree. You're sharing that frequency.
Yes, but you would need to align to that frequency.
So in our modern world, how long would it take the average person to escape from the city and go sit next to a tree to line up with the frequency?
How long would it take? Minimum 5 hours.
Minimum 5 hours. Interesting. Okay. And so what are going to be the benefits to doing this for us modern humans?
What are the benefits to doing this for us modern humans? Well, it lowers blood pressure, it increases blood flow, it increases oxygen intake, it's calming, it's good for your health.
So there's a practice called in Japanese. I don't know if this is how you pronounce it, so forgive my Japanese. I don't speak it. Shinrin Roku, which is
Oh,
which is I don't know if it's a direct translation, but it's forest therapy or sorry, forest bathing. Forest bathing is the translation. And so they have a practice there where they go into the forest to take a bath in the forest, right? To like be in nature. So maybe this is one of the benefits that they're getting in this forest bathing practice. Um, okay. So because we're missing this frequency, are there any, downsides to that? Like, is it really detrimental to our health to be missing this frequency over time?
is it really detrimental to our health to be missing? Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So I'm guessing it's like an effect that's pretty much it's like a blanket effect. It just kind of almost affects everything because of what you mentioned, like stress levels and oxygen. Those are pretty fundamental. If you're stressed out and you're not getting enough oxygen, that can pretty much affect every system at the end of the day. So, okay, would she recommend any other ways to mitigate this besides hugging a tree for 5 hours?
Um, well, you could meditate and put your place, visualize that you're in a natural space,
Oh,
soaking in the natural vibrations.
yeah, and I've done that before. It is, it's hard, it's hard for me. My skeptical mind is like, am I just, is it just the placebo effect? But it does work. Like I've done meditations where it's like, yeah, you go to your favorite place and I'll pick a place in the forest and it's lovely. It's awesome. I love it. But so I guess that's good then. How about artificial means? If we had, for instance, the Schumann resonance being played through like headphones, would that be equivalent or is it substandard?
Hmm. Would that be equivalent? No.
What about if we had like a device that would be resonating in the room, that frequency of the Schumann resonance?
Did that device resonating for the Schumann resonance, the frequency? I mean, not really.
Okay. You really got to go hug some trees, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I love to. I love me hugging some trees. So, all
And
right.
and you can also feel it in water as
Uh,
well.
so
Water carries frequency.
that's a good point. So can you program water to have the Schumann frequency? And would that be a good practice?
You program water with the Schumann frequency. Would that be a good practice? Yes, that's excellent.
So would it be the best practical way to do that through intention? Or would I have to place a cup of water next to a tree for 5 hours?
That'd be place, what do we could do it with intent? I mean, you could do it with intention, yes, but you would need to somehow bring that resonance into the water. So you would have to direct the energy to do so.
Well, how about like, I don't know, making a sound like ohm or something like that and giving the intention? Do I have to talk to it or sing to it or chant to it?
Talk to it, sing to it, chant to it. Um, the ohm is very effective. What about talking to it? No. What about singing to it? No, not really.
Okay, so my neighbors are gonna really think I'm doing some crazy stuff now. I'm gonna be ohming to my water vessels, containers for a drink. Okay. All right. All right. Let's move on to the next one because I want to get through a few of these. We're going to do two here for this video, and then we're going to move into a part two for our members to see. So we'll do one more for the public video here. This is another request for an Orgone uh, harmonizer. So I believe it's a pendant. So I believe this gentleman here is wearing a pendant that he's created that's made of orgonite. And orgonite is a strange kind of substance. I think we've mentioned it before on one of these probes before. There was a scientist, what is his name now? Maybe we should bring him in. Maybe he would be good at commenting on this. Who was it? William Reich. William Reich. Wilhelm Reich. Sorry to my Austrian friends out there. Wilhelm Reich.
Okay.
Let's see if we can pull up a picture of Wilhelm Reich.
And what was he known for?
So he's the one who figured out that there was this orgone frequency, which is a subtle energy. So let's see. He was an Austrian doctor of medicine and psychoanalysis. He one of his theories is that there was this like orgone energy that people would emit, and it was kind of like almost like a psychic energy or like emotional energy that he found from people. I'm not sure if he had a way to measure it or what. And he also found it in nature, I think, as well. And people have kind of taken his work and created things that can capture this energy. So, for instance, these pendants, you just think they have like crystals that are embedded in like a resin, and I'm not sure if they're emitting the orgone or they're capturing it from the environment. I can't really remember. I'm not an expert on this. But I vaguely remember this. So this is him, a picture of him. So can we ask first our resident health expert here, um, what does she think of the argone energy? Was that real? Is that a real thing?
What did you think of the argon energy? Was that real? Yes.
Interesting. Okay. I think it almost might deserve its own probe. So maybe we'll come back to that, but I want to know specifically about these pendants that are being created here. Are they okay, sorry, I lost more of my where are we? Okay, so these pendants, these are claiming to be orgone pendants. Are these utilizing that orgone energy? These pendants?
Independence, utilizing that. No.
Okay. Are they doing anything that they claim in terms of protecting a person that wears it from electromagnetic radiation or EMF?
Is anyone protected from using it? No.
Are they acting as a placebo effect?
The placebo effect. Ultimately, yes.
So just to be clear, they don't have any positive effect on a person's health who wears it other than the placebo?
Not No.
All right. Well, I mean, the placebo is powerful, and if you can use it by belief, go ahead. As long as it's not expensive, right? You don't want to be
Right.
paying extra money for your placebo effect. I don't think these are
Right.
that expensive though, so I'm joking and being serious at the same time, actually. Uh, but okay. So while we have that, what is our resident health expert, Maywen Ho, think of the orgone energy? Is there a way that we can use it for good health?
Is there a way that we can use the orgone energy for good health? I mean, there is, but it's harnessing it. That's the problem.
Hmm. Yeah, there's many devices out there. Maybe we can probe this a little deeper when or maybe somebody will request some things that are related to it. So I don't have the stuff off the top of my head to list off. So maybe we're gonna move on to the next one. Okay, but maybe we'll do another probe on Wilhelm Reich because he was a pretty interesting guy at some point.
Hmm.
All right, so we're going to make a part two of this video. I have a bunch more stuff to probe that's health related. So again, if you want to see the second part of this video, you have to be a member with us. You get access to all of the other private videos that we do have. We have a ton of them, a ton of content available to us on Patreon and the Discord, and you get to be part of our community as well. And you can make requests like you see here today. So please support us. It's only a few dollars. It helps keep the lights on, around here, and you really do get a lot of content for just a few dollars a month. So it's well worth your time. It's well worth your attention. So please join us on the second part of this video. Is there anything else you'd like to mention, Liz?
Nope, not at all. No, this was great. I'm looking forward to part two.
I also have a tip jar. If you like what I do, please consider supporting me as well. A few shekels goes a long way over here, so definitely appreciate it. You can find the links for that to my coffee tip jar in the comments below.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.